So you've done now dozens of cohorts at Techstars. You've seen thousands of companies go apply for the process, hundreds go through the process. What have you learned from all of these founders?
Well, many things. One of the things that sticks out at me, and it links back to the arc of venture capital and sort of how I think about investing. When I made those first 40 angel investments, I was totally focused on two things: people and the product.
People and the product.
I focused on, are these people I want to invest in, and are these people who want to work with me? Bidirectional. One way doesn't work. It has to be both ways. And did these people, or these entrepreneurs, obsessed about their product?
Obsessed. Not enough just to be interested.
Obsessed.
4 a.m. still working hard. That kind of obsession.
Blood coming out of their eyeballs, obsessed.
Rip it from their cold, dead hands.
And, hair growing on their ears, kind of obsessed. Like
stuck
obsessed.
to the keyboard, typing away.
That's right. And those things had to be together. Desire to work with them and them to work with me, and obsessed about the product. Through the arc of venture capital, and you look at sort of how the traditional evaluation, is the market big enough? Is the management team strong enough?
Is the magic 10 times better than what's out
What's your
there?
discounted cash flow? Like there's all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And what I realized, and I participated in that thought process for a while, and what I realized at some point was that it was all ridiculous, was that it really came back down to the people and the product if you drew the right parameters around what you were doing. So I never worry about the total available market of a company I invest in.
The TAM.
The TAM. I just don't care, right? It's either gigantic or I'm not going to invest.
So looking back, even as far back as those first 30 or 40 or any of the cohorts or any of the Foundry or Mobius investments, has that proven to be true? Mm-hmm. If I looked at your portfolio at an arm's length and looked at which ones would be objective successes, what did they have in common?
The most successful companies that I've invested in, both as an angel investor and within Foundry Group, as well as the companies I invested in Mobius, were those two characteristics. A team that had, or entrepreneurs who had characteristics that caused me to want to be involved with them, and they chose me or us, as Foundry, and their complete focus and obsession around a product. Interestingly, in Techstars, when David Cohen and I started talking more clearly about how we were going to filter, in the first 2 or 3 years, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how do you pick which companies are in. After about the third or fourth year, we were having dinner one night, and we started talking about it, and he said it. He came up with the notion that the answer is people, 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 and then idea. And so the evaluation for Techstars was all people. And the only reason we said idea at all was just to remind people that idea matters a little bit. But in the case of the very inception of these companies, at the very beginning, it's the character of the people. And then...
So people trump product, people
Absolutely.
trump the placement in the industry, the pitch, the value proposition. It's because it changes so many times over the life of the venture that the people are really what you're backing.
That's
so
right.
What do you look for in people?
Well, for me, I look for, and it's individual entrepreneurs and teams, right? So you're sort of trying to deal with both. For me, I'm very interested in entrepreneurs who are very inquisitive, who are interested in understanding what's going on, who have forceful opinions, but are not afraid to react to data, and are totally comfortable with being wrong and changing their perspective, who are decisive, but not inappropriately certain, who are, aggressive.
Who are reasonable, maybe not right.
Well said. Aggressive, not arrogant.
Got it.
Who don't actually want or need drama. Because actually there's so much drama in the world of an entrepreneur anyway. Why create more?
Why do we need extra?
That's right. So I was looking for those kinds of people. People who also were willing to open themselves up emotionally. Some of the favorite entrepreneurs I work with are people like Rand Fishkin at SEO Moz, who is the most transparent person I've ever met.
But also an expert in the field, but still listens to input from non-experts.
All the time, and is totally comfortable saying, I learned something today and it was this, or I'm struggling with this and it's that. That type of dynamic where you live it in a way that other people can interact with it and it makes it real is very powerful. And I think that I'm attracted to those kinds of people. Now, does that maximize does that maximize my individual choice in terms of the things I make? I don't know. I don't really care. Because remember, my job's easy. I have a box of money, and I need to give back a bigger box. full of more money.
As long as that happens, they should be
I'm
happy.
okay, and if I make some mistakes along the way, that's fine. If I miss some opportunities along the way, that's fine. And so don't get tangled up too much in getting all the good deals. I need to get enough of the things that I want to invest in that accomplish that goal.